The GASO crew is back. 2023-2024 campaign is officially started Wednesday, August 16th. We are a month away from the GASO Fall Tour starting, and we're excited.
Yeah, quick little break. Basketball's year-round. We refreshed, got with our families, did some things, but I'm pumped for September 9th, our first official stop in the GASO Fall Tour at Duncanville, Texas.
Just dropped that graphic, and we've got a lot of great teams coming, and,
Well, it's going to – I added the numbers, and it's going to be 300-plus teams by the time we're done in October 14th.
What 5 cities are we heading to, Blue?
We're tipping things off, and you're trying to test my memory here. Duncanville, September 9th, Duncanville. September 16th, Waco. September 23rd, San Antonio. September 30th, Houston. Get a break. Then September 14th, we're wrapping things up in Mansfield.
It is
starting with 90 teams in Duncanville, ending with 80 in Mansfield. So
it's going to be a lot of fun, which begs the question, what are we looking forward to in our GASO Fall Classic Tour? Michael?
I guess for me, when I'm looking down in that San Antonio area, seeing some of those committed teams, there's 2 teams that I see right away that, after we looked at them at TABC, there's a very good chance that a 6A state champion can emerge from the San Antonio-Austin area, and that's Round Rock Stony Point and San Antonio Brennan. So those 2 teams will be there. Last year at our Fall Classic, we matched those 2 up together, and Kingston Flemings hit a buzzer beater that kind of, set the tone for San Antonio Brennan with a lot of their core group being freshman and sophomore last year. That was a good momentum piece. So that's what I like to see in these Fall GASO Classics. There's a lot of opportunities to create early momentum. You get to roll in just similar like we saw at TABC. You get these high school teams in a setting where, you get to see what they're made of. And some of those teams that start off hot just don't stop throughout the season. And I'm excited to see it, like I said, starting September 9th.
Yeah, every one of those events is going to be highly competitive. I can't wait to get back to Houston. I feel like it's been a minute for me. When we did 2 Cities, 1 GASO, I stayed in Dallas. So I feel like, with some of the 26s, and obviously the 27's now coming up, I want to get to know those guys in Houston. I want to see those guys. And then obviously my fall tournament schedule within the high school season, I'm down in Houston every other week, if not every week. It is great. That's where I get a lot of Houston work done.
Facts. Blue?
I love the team aspect of this part of the year. And, who's going to be number one? I'm looking at who's going to be the number 1 team. In our way too early top 10s, especially in the 6A, focusing on 6A, we had Beaumont United along with Plano East coming in number 2. I think a lot of people are going to make their case that San Antonio Brennan should be number 1. And that's what we're hunting. It's just a bunch of hype and, just our collective thoughts. But that's what I look forward to. I love the team aspect. I love it that you go back to San Antonio when that Brennan Round Rock, you thought that they played in a playoff game. That was the atmosphere was insane, and it's for multiple weeks that we just rolled off for 5 weeks. The games are high level. The players take it very seriously, and of course the coaches are able to get them off the court, instruct them, and then they go to their next game, and it's just a great atmosphere. That's the team aspect.
Facts.
A lot of fun. We just dropped the 2025 rankings last week on the GASO Fast Break. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Check out those rankings. See the 24s from June. We're about to refresh that. But when it comes to rankings, there's always – it's all subjective, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of conversations to be had. And while there's not exactly tons of basketball games being played right now, we thought it'd be a good time to kind of talk about some of the differences that we see, because we go into this, we call it the war room. We go into the war room, and we have some clips, by the way, that could make us look really good and really bad sometimes, I guess, too. But
true.
We go into the war room with all of our biases and the way kind of we see basketball. So I just kind of wanted us to expand on some of those things. And Michael, I'm going to pass it to you to kind of get us going there.
Yeah, for me, especially with this 2025s, things move so fast, and those 2025s aren't little babies anymore. Just a couple of years ago, they're next gens. So I'm looking for how many more ways can I trust these prospects on the court? How many more I want to look at different settings. Am I comfortable with you just on your summer team? Am I comfortable you can roll the ball out anywhere and I know what I'm going to get from you? Those are the type of things. Growth on and off the court, leadership qualities, just things like that. Not so much with me. I mean, I can't judge if you're going to be 6'6", if you're 6'2" or 3 now. But I'm just looking for ways as an evaluator, how many basketball settings can I trust you in? It doesn't matter if you're playing with your high school team, like I said, or you're going AAU over here, or, the more I can trust to be like, I know what this kid can do and what he's going to bring to me, so that when I'm going to talk to a college coach, let's say you're guest playing over here, and he's like, oh, so-and-so's here. What should I want to be able to be like, I know that this kid can do this, this, and this, and be confident talking about that. So at this point with these 2025 rankings, they still have 2 more summers and 2 more high school seasons to go. So right now, kind of at the midway point, am I finding more ways to trust you? And that shows me you're evolving in my eyes.
Blue?
Well, I think there's so many different angles here. Like you pointed out, we all have a different view. We all have a different taste that we like on the basketball court, whether it's perimeter shooting, the guard play, the big man for me. And just like overall with the rankings, one thing that I can kind of start that I look at now is when guys for whatever reason leave the state of Texas, now there's room to move people up. There's room for the conversation of like, okay, who's number 1 in this class? And there's this healthy conversation, though, like you said, it's a war room because we'll go back and forth. And I mean, just like looking at who is going to be able to make that next step, maybe have they gotten better with their footwork? I mean, and it depends on what college coach you talk to. Are they looking for the lateral movement of a player that is going to be able to defend and switch? And so, or is it going to be, I just need a guy that's going to be a pick and pop 4-man guard. We'll work on the defense. So for us, we bounce off all of our concerns about a player. We bounce off all of our excitement about a player. We come up with a consensus. And right or wrong, the college coach is going to go pick who they want to. And I think that there's so many different ways, especially for me that I've been doing this for over 20 years, is that it's kind of like sometimes you got to sit back and go, you know what? Let's not look. It's talking to a college coach. Let's not look at the ranking. Let's look at who you like and why that is. And the same thing as an evaluator. Why do I like the big man? Why do I look at feet, look at hand, things like that?
Yeah. Rankings are subjective, and I like to hit on this point a lot. I don't know if I saw you on a night maybe that your parents got in a fight the night before, you didn't sleep well, and you had 3 tests, and you played that night, and you weren't very good. Or on the flip side, everything went right. You hit 7 threes in the game. You didn't miss a shot, and I like you better than maybe the player that you actually are, So, like, when we go to games, we are seeing these little snippets of your career and basing, all the other things, length, athleticism, how you move, and trying to compile that. So it's like we are not missing the fact that there's variance there.
Facts.
And we want to see you multiple times in multiple settings to Michael's point, and then to Blue's point, you see there's a lot of pattern recognition of maybe, he's been doing this for years of hey, that works. Like what that kid has, I saw it 4 years ago in this kid, and that works. And then there's talking about who's a pro versus who's a 4-year college guy. There's the argument right there. Would a program want a guy who's a 4-year guy or one guy who's going to leave after 1 year? There's so many things when it comes to ranking players that we all have these biases, and it comes together and culminates in the war room and spits out, things that we like or don't like about a player. But point being is it's all subjective. It's to the taste of kind of how we perceive the game of basketball, and it makes it really fun for us to have conversations. And I would say we're sharpest when we're having these conversations because we see other points of view, and it's like, hey, maybe I didn't see that version of that player. Now I want to go see him again, kind of deal. So, fun conversation to talk about the philosophy.
Yeah, no, the word subjective continue like it is. But
is.
like I said, when we kind of go back and forth with each other, I think one, after those conversations, if you're still standing strong over, like it allows your evaluations to become a little stronger too. After you hear other sides and you're like, no, this is still my guy. You know, but then you start to open up and we look at other everybody's perspective. So nothing but healthy. You know, we're gonna put some of these war room videos out to let y'all see how we go at it.
I will be on my best behavior.
But yeah, you know, today was just kind of us getting back, saying hello to everybody. I know the state's excited to see who's gonna start that road to state. But just some things coming up with the GASO that I have right here. Our 2024 rankings refresh, top 100. Kind of explain a little bit what that is, Mass.
Yeah, we're just doing a rankings refresh. It's been a couple months since we've hit on the 2024 class. We're going to do the top 100 before the GASO Fall Tour. And then after the GASO Fall Tour, we feel like we're going to have a nice grasp heading into that final season of the 2024s. And we're going to put out an extensive list. So we're really looking forward to that. We're almost done with it. We're getting there.
And then Blue, the GASO Academic Link Camp.
I'm excited about this, guys. It's been a thought in my mind before y'all were even here. Let's just put it that way. Well, might have even been there. But you know, over the past several years, it's finally happening that it's purely academic for these academic players, these prospects, and to be able to bring in academic schools that are excited to go out and put the players through a college practice, which, Michael, you know what that's like. And then you have game situations that while playing games, the college coaches are going to be on the sideline. We'll put out the names next week of the college coaches, but this is going to sell out, and the registrations are already rolling in.
And this is September 10th, correct?
Sunday, September 10th, and
24th.
Sunday, September 24th in San Antonio.
Okay.
So obviously September 10th is in Duncanville, and so it's needed, and it's we're here for the player, for the academic player. No matter if you're an Ivy League guy or a Division III, or even if you want to be an academic walk-on somewhere, we have the stage for you to come out, perform in front of us. We get to take our notes, get to send it out. I don't know. We only have about 4,900 emails in our college database. So, you know, that's what we're doing. Well, that's part of what we give back to those prospects that come.
And then finally, our starting 5 GASO scholarship, Mass. This is something that we've been brainstorming, and we're finally ready to roll it out.
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited about this project. We're going to pick 5 kids who apply for this GASO Starting 5 scholarship. And, you know, we're going to ask the question of how can you make GASO better? And we want to hear from you, and we want to see some really cool responses. And, again, we want to support the communities that support us. And we just think this is a really cool opportunity, you know, with the academic link camp, with the scholarship. What we're trying to do is we're trying to push for kids to push the boundaries on their lives, make their lives better, make the generational life families better, you know. So just really exciting time to be a part of GASO. Really fired up to roll out the scholarship, the Starting 5. We're all going to have a hand in it, and details and information will be kind of rolled out, I think, a little bit later in the fall, but it's something that we're really looking forward to.
Yeah, so this, like I said, this is our welcome back. Be seeing, you know, more social media content from all of us individually. You know, we've had our time off, and now it's time to hit the ground running. So be expecting more GASOcast content, and until next time, we're out.
Later.